So, before we do that, though, there's actually a couple things I wanted to talk about. Thanks to Midgar, actually, I looked into the recent rumors that about Final Fantasy IX Remake. And this is actually from this is not like official or anything, or it's not guaranteed, but all the rumors have been, you know, from like people. And this is from Yoshinori whatever his name is. Naoki Yoshida, that's it. Sorry. It says that Final Fantasy XIV director Yoshi P announced Final Fantasy IX theme extras for Collector's Edition and Digital Collector's Edition of Final Fantasy XIV expansion Dawn Trail, including, you know, Final Fantasy IX's Arc Summons, as a Final Fantasy XIV mount, and a Wind-Up Princess Garnet minion. In case anybody doesn't know, Garnet is one of the main characters in 9. If you, so yeah, you get that stuff if you pre-order Dawn Trail for 14, which is great, which is awesome. It's not something I'm going to do because, as far as Midgar told me, it was $200. But one thing that I am really, if it's true, really looking forward to is a Final Fantasy IX remake, because they do talk about it. He does talk about it a little bit, or at least gives hints. So Final Fantasy IX themed bonuses for 14 wouldn't be much to write home about it on their own, but it's what Yoshi P said on stage alongside their announcement. That has truly set tongues wagging. You may have noticed a lot of Final Fantasy IX references here, but the reason is a secret, he said before zipping his mouth shut. Final Fantasy IX Remake rumors have swirled around Square Enix ever since the unannounced game emerged as part of a 2021 NVIDIA leak of upcoming titles, and that includes with Final Fantasy Tactics, a remake of Final Fantasy Tactics. It's both of those. The list confirmed legit by NVIDIA, but potentially outdated. It includes a number of Square Enix games. Like I said, with Tactics, Chrono Cross Remaster, which I didn't know about, but at the time we weren't streaming. Kingdom Hearts 4, which we, I'm not sure if I streamed it, but I did see the trailer for. No release date for Kingdom Hearts 4 yet, but Kingdom Hearts 4 looks pretty amazing, believe me. And, of course, 7 Remake. So Final Fantasy IX Remake and Final Fantasy Tactics, both of which are leaked listed games, have yet to materialize. Just a few months before the NVIDIA leak in June 2021, a Final Fantasy IX animated series was reported to be in development, although we haven't heard anything about it in the years since. So rather than a Final Fantasy IX Remake, Yoshi P may instead have teased a crossover event between Final Fantasy XIV and Final Fantasy IX, or hinted at the re-emergence of the Final Fantasy IX animated series. Doesn't stop fans from getting excited about the prospect of seeing the 2000 PS1 classic role-playing game, blah blah blah. So Square Enix is of course busy remaking 7, you know, Rebirth came out, they're working on part 3, and which based on the current pace of development may not be finished until roughly 2028. So that's just IGN's guess, that's not official. My guess is it took 5 years to make Remake. It took 3 years, believe it or not, for Rebirth. So, assuming that they're going to be using, like, a lot of the same stuff from Rebirth, like, for instance, the world, I mean, they could be making, of course, they're going to be making other parts of the world, so it might be exactly the same. And, of course, some other stuff. My guess is that 7, we're going to call it Reunion. We don't know the title yet, but that's our best guess for what the third part is going to be called. My guess is that 7 Reunion is going to be coming out in 2027. Because if it took 3 years to make Rebirth, I would imagine it would take around the same amount of time to make Reunion. Which, of course, you know, how the hell would I know? But that's just my guess. So if that ends up being the case, the third part of 7 Remake may well be a PlayStation 6 launch title, so many comments about the PS5 being in the latter stage of its life cycle, or anything to go by, yeah. So that's pretty much it, but I also think that 7 Reunion is probably going to be, my best guess is probably going to be for both PS5 and PS6. But I could be wrong about that too, who knows. I can't... he's either talking about a 9 remake, which I really hope he is, or he could be talking about the 9 animated series, which I really hope it's not. Not that I wouldn't mind it, but I mean, I'm getting hyped up, like right now, just thinking about a Final Fantasy IX remake. If he announced it in 2021, that or if he made a comment like that in 2021, I'd imagine it's been in. If it's going to be a Final Fantasy IX remake, it's been in development for at least a year now. So, and you could probably, it's probably going, whenever 7 Reunion comes out, it's probably going to be, to be honest, I still think that Final Fantasy IX remake is going to be coming after the 3rd part of 7. I don't think it'll be before, especially won't be around the same time. I'd be pretty surprised if it was before, you know. I think it's more likely that a Final Fantasy Tactics remake would come before 7 Reunion than a Final Fantasy IX remake. So either way, I'm super excited for it. Hope you all are too, because one of the biggest questions I have is like, why'd they skip 8? But also, yeah, it's like, when's it coming out? And of course, everybody's asking for a 6 remake, and oh gosh, I'm gonna get remakes out the ass.